Alright, my friends, welcome back to the Combat Chess channel, where we are currently rated at 1322 and still grinding our way up to 1400. I've been doing a lot of puzzles, a lot of training. Let's hope it's going to make a difference today. Let's go. Alright, let's see what we got today. So we got the black pieces, and I am going to play a Carol. That is, as I said before, a little bit kind of getting boring to me, but I gotta tell you, it has become a staple in my arsenal for playing. I don't know, it's just pretty wild, I gotta tell you. Alright, so we are in an interesting position already. I'm not sure if I've ever seen this before. This setup here, this is kind of odd. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to move my queen out of the way. Gonna develop these pieces here, maybe something like that. Knight out, rook over, castle. Yeah, this is kind of an interesting setup. Like, I don't think I've ever seen this before, so. Okay, so I can get my bishop. I could probably get it out here. I'm gonna expect this. But if I come back here, then there's gonna be this, and then I gotta go all the way here. So maybe I should develop the knight first. Let's develop the knight first. Now, bringing it here is basically going to block this out. Okay, well that answers that right there. So we'll take that bishop. We'll develop the knight. Okay. If I move my bishop there, let's just get the bishop out. Okay, so let's say he pushes the pawn here. If he pushes that pawn, well, my knight is here. I don't have anything other than to go back there or here. But if my bishop is here, then this or this is the only squares I have. And if I go here, that could be trouble. So let's just say he takes with the knight, then I take back with the bishop, then he pushes here. And that is a lot of pushing going on. And he's got some space already. But why help get space? And so let's just do this for now. And I might just have to bring my knight here. Okay, so he wants this. An idea of that. I don't think that works though. Okay, let's develop this knight first. Okay, so I take that pawn, takes back with the knight. I take with the knight. Queen will end up here. His queen will end up there. I move my bishop out of the way. He doesn't have anything here. I can castle. Okay, so let's just do that then. Okay. Oh, and then there's this pawn push. Okay, so if I move my bishop here, he pushes the pawn. Move my knight here. and then I can still castle. Okay. So we're going to do this. We're going to do that. I can see it pushing the pawn. We'll take the pawn. Then bring the knight over here. Then castle. I think that's going to work. Okay, so now we got more going on here. Let's do that. Okay, so he's going to push that pawn. I got to get my queen out of the way here. So he pushes this. I got to get my queen out of here for sure. But I am already down a lot of time. Okay, so let's just go here for now. There's a check if I need it. Okay, we'll do that. We'll take the check first, then we can probably grab the knight, I believe. And then if he pushes his pawn, we'll take the pawn. Okay, so we'll take the knight. Okay, so he wants to push the pawn. I take the pawn. His queen is in trouble. He can take the pawn here. Do I castle right now? If I castled, let's just castle. Okay, so what if I were to go here? Let's take that. Then we'll move our rook over. Wow, I'm down like at least half the time that he has. Okay. Wants this pawn. No, he wants to bring the rook down. So I will bring my queen here. Okay, I'm going to have to just do that. Okay, now I'm going to have to go back up. Right, 45 seconds left. Wow. And that's it for the game, guys. So this was time pressure. Definitely got to me on this one. Look at this. He's got 5.5 minutes. It was just... that was my biggest thing. I don't think I played too badly, to be honest. It was a little bit... I was definitely a little bit slow. A lot slow on this game. But that's alright. We're going to go over a review here. And we will just check it out. Okay, so... as I said before, this was a very odd move here. Like, this setup here, like I said, I don't think I've ever seen that before. So this was just kind of doing whatever I could do to figure this position out. So all those moves, that was alright. So I should have brought the pawn up to attack the queen. And right, yeah, see that was a great move that my opponent played. So I was able to get a knight. So they're saying that I should have gone here instead. If I went there, then I would have lost my bishop. Okay, and yeah, and then right there, you know, so basically I lost the rook, and the fight went on. Like, I mean, it wasn't horrendous, definitely, but just did not have time. So that's how that game went. Let's go for another one. All right, round 2. Fight! All right, we're going to play the same opening again. Now this looks definitely more normal. This is what I'm used to. So, okay, I'm in familiar territory here. So, now I could just take the knight, but okay, let's just take the knight. We'll close off the position. That's an interesting one. Okay, we'll bring our knight up. Okay, we're gonna bring our knight up. I don't mind that at all. That's an alright knight, I gotta say. Now there is this idea here. It's kind of gonna be a double attack. Let's just first bring up our bishop. And if the knight takes, then we can take with the pawn here. We could also take with the queen. Let's take with the queen. Okay. Okay, so now we've got a pretty nice pawn structure, to be honest. Okay, so he's just wanting to trade like crazy. Okay, well let's do that. Okay, we'll double up his pawns. And so his pawn structure is actually pretty messed up. So now we're just going to come out and we're going to go after pawns and we're going to see what we can do here. So I'm going to want to bring my rook up to the second rank here and just control this rank. So we'll do that. Okay, so he doesn't take. Alright, so if I took here, the king would come down, I can come up here, check, push this pawn, let's do that. Check, we'll push this pawn up. Oh, okay. Very interesting. Okay. We'll take that pawn. And now we are going to start walking our king up. So this side here is decent. We're just going to start walking over here. Let's just do this. Okay, we'll do that. So if this king moves down one square, this pawn is just going to run. So let's get over. And let's just go here. All right, now this pawn will run. Okay, do that. So this looks like it's going to end up being a draw. Yeah. Okay, well, that's a draw. All right. So it looks like I had a pretty decent game here. The review shows that made quite a few good moves. Oh, wow. Shows the rating is a 2100 rating. All right, I'm all right with that. So, pretty much basic Caro-Kann setup. This here, again, this is kind of cool. I've never seen this before, where they attack the center like this, and just was looking to trade pieces left and right. That was kind of interesting. So, right here, okay. So that was a good move, that was a good move. That was all right. And the rest was just trying to get the pawn up. And did, but it was just a draw at the end of it. All right, so not too bad. A couple of games. You know, ran out of time on the first one. That's all right. The thing that I was happy about is that, you know, not hanging pieces. You know, not making a move that was just absolutely a blunder. So I'm all right with that. Shows improvement. Guys, thanks so much for being with me. We'll see you on the next one.